And now that we're recording, we'll get started. Thank you guys for being here today. Taking the time out before, at the beginning of school. I know how stressful it is for you guys. Well, no, I don't, but I try to understand how stressful it is for you guys. As you well know, we are all working hard up here too. So let's go ahead and get started with the first slide and what we are currently experiencing. So wave rollover, in some cases, in a lot of cases, actually, we're not seeing objects coming up, and specific objects like weird ones like LEA info, like just the information about your district. So we're actually running some analysis right now, and we will be reaching out to superintendents and asking them to reach out to you guys about if we're not receiving LEA info, and we're going to say that we're using that as a proxy to say if we're not getting LEA info, it doesn't look like we're getting anything from you. So if your agent is not sending LEA info, we're assuming that you're not sending anything. If we haven't gotten an update this year on your LEA, then we're assuming you haven't sent anything. So if you get a message today from your superintendent is saying, hey, or tomorrow or over the next couple of days, hey, we didn't, you're not sending anything to the wave, that just means we haven't got anything on LEA info right now, but we're assuming that we're not getting anything from you for 2022 because our wave tables are super slow right now, and that's what's causing a lot of our issues. I am working directly with OMES at this moment to get that corrected, and that was because of our cloud migration. They started us out with some fairly, well, let's just say not even half of the same resources as what we had on prem. So we're bumping those up very, very fast. But as you guys probably know, that takes some time to get that done. So they're bumping that up. Today, I hope to see some resolutions to some of these issues with the speed of websites, with the speed of databases. So I'm hoping that by the end of the day, we're going to see some updates on that. But if you, like I said before, for this particular slide, if you receive a message today saying that you're not sending data to the wave, please ensure that you are. Please just go through, work with Ben, work with if you're a Power School, work with Ben. If you're Infinite Campus, work with them. If you're WinGage, work with them to make sure that you're sending, or if you're Tyler, work with them, but make sure that you're sending us data for this year, especially LEA info. We haven't received that yet, or it doesn't look like we've received it yet. And again, that could be our tables, it could be our databases, it could just be in the queue. It hasn't processed through yet, so it may or may not be on you. We're just trying to troubleshoot as we go here. Next slide. Some known issues. We just rewrote our header file app, which includes all of our county district codes and site codes and all those things that the accreditation department maintains. But in several of our applications that are not really used early in the year, they haven't been updated to read from the new header file tables. So what's going on is if you switched codes or you have a new code, those codes aren't showing up, or you're not seeing those sites for several apps, or you're not seeing your new district codes. This is especially true for Santa Fe South, which switched their entire county district code this year. We're having those issues. So if you added a site or you changed your county district code, you will not be seeing some of your data right now. We are currently working on that to get that fixed too. And as a matter of fact, throughout the year, applications as they roll over should be started to be mapped to that new header file. So you shouldn't see this going forward after we get this first set of apps fixed, and that includes OCAS, it includes accountability reporting, it includes GMS. It includes several other things. So if you're getting a bunch of frustrated people asking you what's going on, that is what's going on. And we are working to fix that immediately. We have several developers working on that at the moment. Next slide. EdPlan. This is probably what you're hearing the most about. This is actually not on OSDE from what I understand. So we last January, we set up a automatic, just like you send your data from your agent to us using SIF, we did the same thing with PCG. We set up a SIF connection with PCG for EdPlan. And last year it worked pretty well. When we rolled over and PCG was getting reconnected, they're having some issues. So we have created files. We are running those files, but files take a whole lot longer to process. Like they can only do so many records a night, and I don't know what that number is, but they can only do so many records a night when they're doing flat files, versus if they're doing the connection via the web service via connection from the Wave to them, that goes a lot faster. But that is not working. It's not reading like it's supposed to, and PCG is troubleshooting as we speak to try to figure out why that's not working, because they don't want to run files either. But we have provided them files. There is a delay because of the file format, or because it's taking a while to run the files. It takes a whole lot longer to run the files than it does just connecting. So know that PCG is working on it. They're trying to fix it. We hope that will be resolved in the next few days. I don't know. I don't have a total. I don't have a timeline, but PCG is working on that right now to fix the EdPlan Sync issue. So there you go. Next slide. All right, PEBT. So we were under the impression that PEBT was rolling over to school year 2022. We've already sent the data for 2021. I promise you that I did everything I could to fix everything. The missing students issue was fixed. The updates that we made were done. I think that everything we could have done for school year 2021 was done. And I believe that those will start DHS will start issuing payment for the 2021 school year very soon. Now moving on to 2022 school year. I was under the impression that we were going to roll right into that. And unfortunately, USDA, the funding, the granting agency, has not sent out any requirements or guidance for the school year 2022. So we have to wait on that to make sure that we're following the proper business rules for school year 2022. And so we will pause on that report until we have that USDA guidance. We will implement those business rules when we receive that guidance, and then we will open that report again. Now, when we open that report this year, we will have you guys validate and verify. That's all you can do. There is no button to certify, but validate and verify on a monthly basis. We will open it up for July and August. The idea is we will open it up for July and August. You will review that, and you will understand that on September 15th or September 20th is actually the day we're going to do it. September 20th, we will send that data file to DHS. However, if we haven't received USDA guidance yet, we're going to have to push that back. So right now, the plan is that we will get USDA guidance in the next week or two. That's what we've been told. We may or may not see that, but that's what we've been told. And so when we get that, we will implement the business rules for that USDA is putting out, and we will open that report. You will then have until September 20th, and then subsequently the 15th of each month after that, to verify that, yes, the free and reduced statuses are right for my students, and the attendance makes sense. They only get credit for each day that they participate in instructional activities and miss a meal. That was last year. I'm assuming that's going to be very similar to this year, but they have to participate in in instructional activities and miss a meal in order and be free and free reduced provision 2, 3, or CEP in order to qualify for that for each day. And all you'll do is go in the report, say, yes, that makes sense. Johnny had 13 days in October, in September that they qualified for, or August and they qualified for, and that's correct. And yes, we're good. So if there's anything wrong with that, you just go back to your attendance numbers and make sure that they were counted absent or present the right way, and make sure the free and reduced status is correct, and then we're good to go. And it should fix the report. You do all your corrections in your student information system. There's no way to make corrections in the report. It's just taking the data from the wave. Next slide. All right, so the new wave accounts. While we are working on automating this, I know Lakeisha says this out every week, but I want to make sure that everybody understands we are working on a way to automate this. We should not have to create the SSO account and then email a work or service desk to get an affiliates.ok.gov email and all that stuff. We're working on a way to automate this. I'm working with our cybersecurity group and at OMES and AT&T, which is who provides this service, the security service. So we are working to get this automated in a way where if somebody gets issued a new single sign-on account and they get access, and the superintendent gives them access to the wave, then they automatically get an email saying, here's your affiliates.ok.gov email, and here's your password, your temporary password. We're working on that, and hopefully that will be done. I don't know when. We're right now, we're looking to see if it's even possible. So that's where we're at right now. Next slide. I am going to open it up for questions. Please, if you have any questions or need any information, just